Hello and welcome back to On the Apex. This is the fourth and final episode of this series, and in this series we're going to discuss the Indian GP, the Bharat GP in detail. It's happening in India for the very first time at the Buddh International Circuit between the 22nd and the 24th of September. I am super duper excited. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors Idemitsu Lube India, who have been kind enough to collaborate with us for this event. And I also want to tell you that we have a contest that's running on our social media handle @PowerDrift. So go to @PowerDrift on Instagram, check out the contest post. 4 lucky winners will get a chance to win the IRG7 range of engine oils for a year's supply. Not just that, one lucky winner will get a chance to meet Takaaki Nakagami himself and also get to experience racing up close and personal at the Idemitsu paddock camp along with Idemitsu and PowerDrift.
Now I'm sure that experience is going to be absolutely electric because I personally haven't really seen a MotoGP race in person. I have seen Formula 1 at the Buddh International Circuit and the atmosphere was 10 on 10, and I'm expecting the same for the Indian Grand Prix. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the track?
So the Buddh International Circuit, obviously, as most of you all know, has hosted F1 races in the past, but this is literally the first time we are seeing a MotoGP race take place. I think the track is a good mix of both. In the first half, you have, in sector 1 and 2, you have performance, so you have your home straight, you have your really long back straight, and in the second part, which is sector 3 and 4, you have all the technical sections. So I think manufacturers will look to have a good mix of both the settings in their motorcycles. Currently, the track is being built, the infrastructure around the track is being built. There are bigger gravel traps, the layout is also slightly changing in bits and places. Again, these riders are coming to India for the very first time, so it's a blank canvas. It's racing at the end of the day, anything can happen, but who do you think is going to stand out?
Now I think an interesting thing we're going to see is that the order might get a bit of a shuffle around because some of the updates and some of the learnings from the San Marino test are going to be applied at the Indian Grand Prix, including for Nakagami's RC213V. Now, one result of this that we might see is that LCR Honda Idemitsu might get a performance benefit from these updates and move further up the grid. We'll also see other bikes across the grid get updates, and then some shuffling could happen around. Idemitsu Lube India, our partners, have enabled us to unveil captivating insights about MotoGP. They have demonstrated MotoGP expertise and combined all of the wisdom of oil specialists who are passionately involved in superbike racing.
The IRG7 fully synthetic oil line featuring Septet guard technology delivers 7 ultra protective benefits such as engine protection and performance benefits even in challenging conditions.
Benefits like
4% increase in horsepower,
silky smooth shift feel,
rocket starts,
40% improvement in anti-wear protection,
and lots more.
Of course, explore before you buy. Now, Idemitsu Lube India is holding a contest for a chance to win Idemitsu's IRG7 engine oil and exciting goodies as well.
Plus, one lucky winner gets a chance to meet Takaaki Nakagami and experience the thrill of the race from the Idemitsu camp along with Idemitsu and PowerDrift at the 2023 Bharat GP for a day.
So don't wait, check out the links below. One final shout out to Idemitsu, and now let's get back to the show.
Let's talk about the Buddh International Circuit for a little bit. I have ridden there, or I've been riding there for the past 6-7 years now. You have driven and ridden there?
Yeah.
And which is your favorite corner?
So my favorite corner, or actually corners, is the 5, 6, 7, 8 section. It's not used for bikes because you take a tighter line and we're expecting a change there. But the 5, 6, 7, 8 section is incredible for cars. It's just so quick, nice sharp cuts, and I just love it.
My favorite corner is actually the second last corner. You go over this crest and it's almost blind, and then you dip into a right corner. That's also where I got my first elbow down ever. So I think that's one of my favorite corners. And I think the Buddh International Circuit in general is a really nice track. And with the recent development in infrastructure and seating and pit development and track development, I think we're going to see the circuit being one of the best circuits in the racing calendar.
Now the current lap record is set by a track prep Ducati Panigale V4S. It was 156 something. How fast are you expecting the MotoGP guys to go?
Man, honestly, I am expecting them to go maybe early 150s or late 140s. So it's either going to be like a 149 or maybe like a 151. So a difference of say 6 to 7 seconds between the lap record and the fastest lap that we'll ever get to see on a motorcycle at the BIC.
Okay, I'm wagering a bet here that it'll be 146 and below.
146 and below, I'm saying 150 just to be safe.
Now, like Varun said, this is a power-hungry circuit in some sections, while some sections of the track are really technical with tight corners and really fast-flowing corners as well. But the important thing here is that riders are coming here for the first time, and a big factor for performance is going to be how quickly they can adapt to the circuit and get on the ball in terms of performance.
I think not just the circuit, what's really interesting to see is how they adapt to the weather, because European weather is usually on the cooler side, but India, Delhi specifically, is expected to have slightly warmer temperatures. So I think weather is going to play a big factor. Tire selection is going to play a big factor. And I think just a new circuit, new vibe, new audience, new fans, I think this is going to be an epic race weekend.
What's your bet? Who's going to come first?
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see how Bagnaia defends his championship lead, but you also have Jorge Martin, who had a fantastic San Marino weekend, almost flawless pole, lap record, sprint, race win. So all in all, I think the championship is slowly starting to heat up, and this is going to be super competitive. We don't have a lot of rounds to go, and I think Indian GP is going to throw in some curveballs, and I really like that.
And I think the Aprilias and the KTMs are also going to take up their power advantage on the long back straight and the home straight, and we are going to see some exciting racing for sure.
I think that's pretty much it. That's what we have to say about the Indian GP. This is also a final episode. If you have any more questions about the Indian GP, please drop them in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to address those queries, comments and questions. If you have anything else to say about the Indian GP, drop in those comments as well. Again, a huge shout out to Idemitsu Lube India, and remember, there is a contest that's running. This is probably your last chance to participate in the contest. So go on social media @PowerDrift, participate in a contest, and we will see you at BIC.